Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Z James, and this is Z32 Workshop. And this behind me is my wife's 1992 Dodge Stealth RT that we're currently working on and trying to replace a fuel line after many diversions of trying to do the same thing. This is part 2 of the video. Watch the part 1 for me taking it out. We are today going to actually put the hose back in, make the hose and put it back in. So let's just come down here and I'll show what's going on here. So what I've got here, what I've got going on here is, here are the ends that we cut off, that we sliced off beforehand, cut them off with the Dremel, slowly. Got some injector hose. I think this is quarter. I can measure later, let you guys know. But now we're just trying to get the length correct on this, because this hose is kind of formed to get this hard plastic on it. So it's either a heat shield or form it properly, because I don't know if I can. Oh, look at that. Aha! Huzzah! So now I can use this again as a heat shield. That was unexpected. I didn't think that would pull off like that. So what we're going to do though is get the length corrected on this. So this guy here, we need to get the length done. Alright, and my solution to that is, normally you just lay that down, but I thought maybe I'd get a little smart about it and tape it to it with some little painter's tape so I can try to get the distance 100% correct. So you hold this there, around, and pick a spot this thing straight forward, so you can do this close to do this proper. Come on. So we're doing this just to make sure we get the right length on everything. So the next thing, roll out the edge. Go away, give it a straight curve, no problem. So it's necessary, turn you. Needless time with this. That time with it. Only sword. Alright, check your clamps. I'll come with your clamps. Oh, it's easier to run. Come on. Let's get some top of the work out here. So, that way. Possible. Get over. Oh, there it is. Notice this way I can move this facing outward like it. So that's where we're done at. So this guy. Yeah. So this way. Over for a little bit. Well, grease. See that helps. Oil in. I guess a little covered. Go around this. Get you in. Get there. We just, that bends around that. Get through there and outward. I'll take a little bit. On me. Oh, that's right. Right there. Sit right there. Oh, a little bit of that. Let's see what it is. Again, 3.2. Roll hard, the next spot. That's the problem. Okay. Right there. Now let's go. Alright, let's see if we can get away with this. Alright, try again. What is it all around to put down the pipe, easier for this. It's not. So we go. Oh. It's over. Boom, off time warp. Kind of, damn it, off camera here. But I did get the sleeve on. And it was a fight. I oiled up the hose, which is fuel rated, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then oiled up the inside so this thing would slide through to get it, because I really want the form to be correct and everything else. And then I used that old one there, this guy right here, to give me the length about where that should be at on either end, to try to get this formed correctly. And then that's what I did. So this should be now good to go. I just got to tighten the hose clamps on either end here realistically. And I kind of don't want to do that until I get the hose situated in the car. That will be next up, because I'll put it on and then tighten down this banjo bolt, which is 30 Newton meters, with the 2 new crush washers you got to have. Yeah, so let's step on over and get working on that.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Boom! Off time warp, everybody. Let's get a better light in here. So yeah. Let me show you what's going on. These guys, I put a little bit of dab of oil on the O-ring to put it in so it had an issue. I loosened this up because I didn't like how it was clocked. It was going to touch something. Put that one in, put that clip back in. Yeah, the bolts look a little shinier because I hit them with a wire wheel just real fast. 30 Newton meters on top of this guy again. Do not forget the crush washers. Tighten down my clamp. And now I'm going to fix a problem that is an issue, because that ain't normal. That guy ain't supposed to be there. That is supposed to go down to here, I do believe, on top of the transmission for a ground, per my parts car. So I am going to pull that ground strap off that, because that doesn't make any sense, and put it in the right spot. So yeah, these were 10 millimeter. Yeah, this is a 19 on top, crush washer. Hose clamps are like 8 or 7s. These guys were 7s here from top of the rail. Real easy. Next up, I'm going to go out to the parts car and grab my tray so I can at least pressure energize this thing. Trying to figure out how to get battery power in here without going hog wild, because I want to see if I get fuel pressure on stuff, because this just seems so... That's probably right, but man, this looks so janky. I want to get it fixed. Just put it in the right spot. I mean, the harness looks fine. But we're going to move that ground strap, though. So we're going to be doing some more time warp of me, pulling the other battery and then putting the new tray in with the washer bottle. I think I can get the battery in here somehow without doing all of this because I can't see anything. I'll just make sure there's no leaks. And that's my big concern. So let's time warp this a little bit and see what we can come up with. Pseudo test. I don't necessarily like this per se 100%, but it's from the black line through here using a ground strap to really just connect it to the battery, the negative, and this the positive. So I can pressurize the pump. So we're gonna give this a whirl here in a second. So let's see how she goes. Let's get you guys set up here on the camera. See if you guys can see anything or hear anything if something happens. In fact, I will have you guys act as the bridge on top of the wiring here. Fuel pump's working, pressurizing the system. Let's sit for a second. Let's try that again. So it looks like I'm not having any, got no pinhole leak obviously. And I think the ends are working and I'm not seeing any leaking around. I'm not seeing any leaking on my fuel filter, and I'm not seeing any leaking on the rail, which is good. By the way, there is a torque spec on the rail. I just don't know what it is. I'll tell you guys that down below, hopefully. These are snug. That is 30 pounds. That's tight as you can get it. And against the wall is whatever it is, because it's got rubber insulators. So, yeah, I don't think there's any fuel down there. I'm going to hit it again a few times to see if it does anything, but I don't think so. I think we're going to be good to go here, guys. So, yeah. That's going to do it. So that was my jimmy rigging of the battery so I can get power without the tray to check to see if it's leaking. Not ideal, but it works. Now this ground strap, from what I could see on, get this stuff out of the way here. Sorry guys, I need to do a better job here for you. From what I could tell on my parts car, god dang it, goes down here and legs into either this guy or this guy on top of the transmission, which makes way more sense. And I know why they did it, and I gotta tighten that up. But that's gonna be tomorrow for me because it's kind of late right now and it's really cold and windy and stormy right now. So I am just going to pack this up for the evening, and you guys will see it in the video and you won't even notice. So, all right, next time around, we're putting the tray in, or taking the tray out, then putting it in. Boom, at the parts car, guys. Next day, just because end of the day, I need to get this battery out so I can get this tray off so I can put it in my other car. So let's just set this up and watch. We'll just do time warp for everybody here because this is rocket science and this doesn't take very long. So 3, 2, 1, time warp. Boom, off time warp. Real simple. Get this off. I mean, honestly, it's just the same as last one. This is in slightly better shape than the one I currently pulled out of the cart, so all got rusted out of it. But I am gonna probably scrape clean and paint this before I go back in, and then use that mat. The other thing I'm pulling off is if you can see it here, let me point with my socket. There is a connection right there. Hang on, see if you can see it. Ground straps I need for my car, because the car that currently, or the RT that I got, had it up on the block. I don't know why. I don't know if they're just too lazy to put it back in the right spot, but we're gonna put it, I'm gonna steal that bolt so I can put it, and it looks like it's in the second spot over, if you can see it. But next up, we're gonna clean this thing up, spray paint it, so it's gonna be a little bit before it can go into the car. I'll clean up the other one too. I gotta clean this off, get off the WD-40. Anything else? It looks like there's some other wiring harness stuff that should have been on this, because that goes, this side is against the firewall, or against the fender, back firewall, and that. So I'm assuming a bunch of these harnesses had something that would connect to it to bundle it up together, like these guys right here. And then maybe, I mean, let's see here. You had one here that was meant for wiring, and then it looks like there was one, yeah, there's one over here. So that being said, only wires I see that way are this guy and this guy for the ground strap. So yeah, I want to clean this stuff up and we'll get going on it. Spray paint wise will probably be all time warp for you guys, or me just monkeying around. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, time warp. Boom, off time warp, guys. Hopefully it didn't show it. Basically, this did not turn out as great as I'd like. I don't know what happened to the paint. It was a really cold day when I was painting. But you can see it did turn out better than what it was for what's going on. It's just got a little rust in it. So this is the one that came out of the car. You can see this huge chunk of rust missing. The one out of the parts cart was in much better shape. I then proceeded to try to fix the one that came out for the bracket that supports the battery. It's pretty rusty, but not too bad. But then this guy right here had a broken stud in it. I tried drilling it out, then my tap moved off to the side, and now the hole's messed up. So it would hold, but I have a parts car. So I pulled that one out and did the same thing. Hit it with wire brush and my wire wheel and then painted it. But while I was doing this, I happened to notice on this right here, I have the coolant line is in the wrong spot. Someone's been in here. Obviously, you can see these hoses that have been replaced because these probably leaked at some point. But this heater hose is in the wrong spot. It should be behind the fuel lines, so they're touching right now. So once again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I'm going to pull this off, drain this out, well, spill whatever's there, and loop it back in behind here to fix this problem and put the spacers in. And then I get to pull the bolt out to get this ground strap down to this spot right here. In between some of this stuff, I did get the bolts that I didn't have for the airbox, which is now not going to rattle because it's going to be bolted in. And I am going to replace the cover because this one's label's peeling off. So, yeah. As you can see, interesting enough, I do not have ABS in this car for a module. This is really weird. So, yeah. More time, more for me fixing previous junk stuff before I can get this to run. Again, to fix the power steering pump issues, all the other stuff. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, time warp. Boom, off time warp. As you can see, I pretty much forgot about the water bottle. I want to put that back in. I stole a bolt off of my parts car. Don't forget to put the water bottle in. That was my bad. 2 little 10 millimeters. 12 millimeter bolts, 2 on the bottom. The other thing you probably did not see is, if I can get these, I should have shown it ahead of time. The spacers that hold off the fuel lines away from the heater hose, and then the separator of the heater hose. So there's a little plastic piece. Once again, parts car coming in for the save on little stuff, along with the little bit of a bolt right here for the ground strap that I got moved that was up here, which made no sense to have it up there. because that's not where it's supposed to be. So the reason I also stopped and not put everything 100% back yet is parts car had this, it's got a little tacky stuff on it, plate that went right like that, which I think looks great, and it hides everything up. I'll hit all the issues from last time, but is better. So we're gonna put that in, put the battery back in, well, airbox then battery, and then we'll give this a whirl. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, time warp, or just as is, one of the two, not sure 100%. So here we go. All right, start up after fixing the fuel filter, or fuel line, fuel line. Oops, that's bad. Don't get after that, James. Boom, there you go, guys. Fixed fuel line, did a bunch of other crud in there. Clips, fuel line, painted the brackets, fixed the fuel hose, got a ground. Just more and more odds and ends on this particular car that needed to be addressed. I still will keep an eye out on what's going on here, because next up is going to try patching that exhaust again in the end, and then getting the power steering pump and stuff. So yeah, couple steps closer now. Like I said, got the tray done, fuel line taken care of, and let's see here, bracket, spray painted rust. What else? Fix the fuel line, fix the coolant lines are in a spot, gotta fix ground air, all that stuff, various little odds and ends off the part stuff, which is great because I needed something else to reference that wasn't necessarily been manipulated like this guy has, because I still think there's stuff still, I'm not gonna say wrong, just in the wrong position perhaps. on taking care of stuff. Like, I've got questions and I don't have answers at this moment. Like, I want to know what this thing's for because I feel like there should be something on it. It's a vacuum line that goes from somewhere to someplace, so I'm confused. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hang on. Let's get you set up here and actually do this right for once, because I usually do it. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Kind of long, lengthy. Like I said, I just did not want to spend $200 to get a 3SX new OEM style line. I did not want to spend $400 to get all the AN replacement fuel pump. That's like the performance-y. That's the solid upgrade. That's not what this car's for. This car's a cruiser. It's just meant to stay on the road, have a good time with me and my wife. That's nothing crazy with it. And then just fixing other issues when you come across them. Taking things apart slowly, getting around to them. Yeah, tools used. 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 19 millimeter. Let's see here. Let's just see if I can run through it real fast. These are like 5 foot-pounds or 4. The ones for the fuel filter, those are 30, so you know what I'm talking about there. And everything else is just, you get it where it's tight and good. Like, I really don't like how this kind of is sitting on the battery, but it's fine. It's meant not to go anywhere. By the way, I can't believe somebody was trying to charge me like 80 bucks for this thing. I can make one. It's just tied down. They were never fancy. In fact, I wish someone would make a fancy one. I would probably buy it because I would like to dress up this engine bay just ever so slightly. So yeah. So next up's that. Actually, next up is that turd over there, because it threw the power steering belt at an autocross mid-race on me here today. So luckily everything was fine. I caught the car. Really wasn't an issue per se. I just couldn't do the race because no power steering. Not gonna work. So just DNF for the day. All sorts of various little things, and nothing to be taken care of. Power steering being one of them. 2 is brake light, turn signals out on driver's side. Pod is broken. What else is there? Power steering line. Oh, football light. A lot of little things. So once again, future endeavors and projects and this stuff. So if you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. Every little bit helps me at some point getting monetized. I've been saying it for years now. Eventually I'll hit the magic threshold, or at least produce enough content that everyone likes or views or watches or finds helpful. So anyone, take care. See you in the next one. Bye.